Hi, I'm back with my robot friends, and we're here to look at Coconut's Disc in Kichijoji. This is one of my favorite stores in Japan. Again, it's on the smaller side, but it's full of great records and tons of amazing CDs. You might recognize this place if you watch a lot of Japanese movies. One of my favorite movies of all time, Fish Story, was filmed here. But as you can tell, they have a ton of CDs. Let's get a look over here. These are the more recent arrivals, maybe some staff picks. Nothing really crazy, but just a good selection of kind of different stuff you don't see at a lot of other stores. Where else you're gonna see a Dream Academy CD featured for 440 yen, about $4. Some good compilations. Best of Alex Chilton for about $10, not bad. Who Wants the Knack? I do. Who Wants 3 Tim Buck 3 CDs? I didn't know they had 3 CDs. But yeah, as you can see here, they got them all lined up on the walls. Nothing crazy rare or out of the ordinary, but just good stuff. Cheap prices. 440 yen for Elastica. Hell yeah. Japanese hip hop. Let's not go there. Another store where everything is well categorized. You got techno. What's in techno? Derek May. Should I buy Derek? Not today. What else? Photech. That's a great Photech record. Got some obscure stuff here. Boards of Canada, Japanese pressing, very cheap prices. You got breakbeats and abstract, not really my thing. Next to that, Japanese club music, that can be pretty good. Mix CDs, what have they got here? Arthur Russell mix, that's pretty interesting. Some stuff I don't really know, but kind of stuff you don't see everywhere. Down below, they got the reggae and ska. This is like old school ska, not the two-tone stuff. And then some Bob Marley, followed up with Lovers Rock. Okay, so yeah, black music. This is a Japanese record store thing. I'm not going to say it's okay, but it happens. This is where they keep the soul, R&B. Not always hip-hop, that can be separate, but there's good stuff there if you can get past the name. I do like Black Omnibus, that's kind of funny. Strange soundtrack selection, Keeping the Faith, yeah, why not? Some Sarah Brightman thing, a Madison County CD. Hit and miss today, but I have found some great stuff here. One time I found a Terminator soundtrack on CD for 500 yen, that's $5, awesome deal. In the back wall, there's the Japanese music. Not really my thing right now. I go up and back and forth on Japanese music. I have bought a ton recently, so I'm not really looking for any more at the moment, but a good selection of box sets, as you can see at the top. And then down below is everything else. I think this is mostly 80s and 90s stuff, so a lot of Japanese, like, quote-unquote alt-rock, other interesting things. Then we have the world music, separated by country, as you can imagine. They do keep Japanese music here, too, but that's more like the traditional, like, old style Japanese music you might find down there. And then next to that is the easy listening, avant-garde, a lot of Windham Hill down here. All kinds of weird shit. Fantastic, like, categorization. A C86 section, 90s indie pop section, girls vocal section, Primal Scream, a Mad Chester section, yeah, Stone Roses, shoegaze. What's in shoegaze? My Bloody Valentine? My Bloody Valentine? Oh, okay, Candy, that's, yeah. Jesus and Mary Chain, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, My Bloody Valentine, I was right. Yeah, hey, my Bloody Valentine. Hey, Slow Dive. Hey, that's all the shoegaze you need. We got garage punk over here. Not much today, but sometimes you can find some good stuff down there, like the Sonics and other stuff from that era. Then nearby, you have the oldies and good time, and then Mercy Beat and British Beat. You're going to get Manfred Mann, and Manfred Mann, and The Who, and The Kinks, okay. And then, I don't know who that is. But yeah, good stuff there. Rhythm and blues, rock and roll, rockabilly, what you can expect there. Elvis, girls groups, stuff like that. But yeah, this is a great store for CDs. One of the best in the area. No questions. All kinds of great stuff there. And VHS tapes. My family used to own a video store back in the 80s and 90s, so I am always drawn to these. Mostly concert stuff here. Some bootlegs, and that could be interesting depending on what it is. Mostly commercial release stuff, as you can tell. We got Yes, The Doors, Rolling Stones, The Beatles, John Lennon, The Beatles, U2, that's interesting. But yeah, I think this is fun to go through. Some DVDs too. And at the end, some more down here. I used to go to Japan and buy a Japanese copy of Natural Born Killers and True Romance. Why not? Don't answer that question. Look, I'm not going to say you should come to Japan and buy a bunch of weird instructional VHS tapes in the 90s, but I'm not saying you shouldn't. And then we can go slot car racing, or we can go look at the vinyl. Let's look at the vinyl. Great vinyl selection here, as you can already probably tell. Lots of Japanese stuff. Yellow Magic Orchestra, my favorite Japanese band. Very good prices on these. Some are a bit more expensive, but they're in good quality. Trust me, they grade their records honestly here, and you can still get a great deal on them. Then other stuff here, some Taiko Nuki for you city pop fans. What else do we got around here? Below her, there is Sadistic Mika Band, another good early city pop band. Not too familiar with them, but that Kazuhiko Kato album is fantastic. I recommend it. Over in the Omnibus. I like saying Omnibus. Then they got jazz, Japanese oldies, and the 60s beat scene. This can be fun. This is where you can find like the Japanese versions of the Beatles. I recommend the Spiders. They're pretty good. But yeah, pick up one of these compilations. You might find some really fun music. I like this stuff a lot. Japanese Essential Groove. I don't know. Spectrum's good. I like Spectrum. A lot of good kind of jazzier stuff there. Drum records, kind of like exotic music, I guess. Then you got the folk section. Don't know much about that. The light mellow for when you want to chill out at night. Then there's the girls' idols. Lots of idol music here. A ton of Seiko Matsuda. I don't think they have her album with Donnie Wahlberg, but I could be wrong. Hey, you never know. Then under that, you've got my favorite sections, techno pop and the new wave. I didn't know a lot of this new wave, but some good techno pop in here. Ippudo, that album is great. It's like a Japanese version of the band Japan. Some good soundtracks in the anime section. Not the kind of stuff I usually see at HMV or Disc Union, so that was a nice change of pace. Really unique and kind of weird stuff. And then Sex or Die! Oh God, it's like I'm back in high school. Anyway, let's go to the alternative section. Very micromanaged niche genres. Hello. I don't know what a lot of this stuff is, but I appreciate how well they separate it so you can find it easily. You got your emo and melodic punk after the 90s, some Manchester and shoegazer again, and Britpop. I didn't know a lot of these artists, but a good selection of more obscure stuff, some Manics there. Then you got your grunge. Here we go. What do we got here? Pixies. Fuck yeah. Boss Hogg. Fuck yeah. Beck, fuck yeah. It's like I'm back in college. This is rad. I could buy all these records, but I'll put them away and I'll not do that. 80s classics and Hall & Oates, the two genders. Power pop. Probably Cheap Trick. I'm going to bet Cheap Trick into the Cars. That's usually what I see in power pop. So far, not so much. What's this big box? Whoa. What's this? Cars in concert, a radio? Yeah, I'm buying the shit out of that. We put that away. Then what else do we got here? Yeah, we go. More Cars, Cheap Trick, The Knack, more Knack. Hey, you like The Knack? Cars. What you would expect in a power pop section, which means, hey, really good music. So yeah, great selection of alternative genres. Neo, rockabilly, psychobilly. You name it, man. They got a genre for it and a card to divide it. Love it. Love it so much. Over here, got more new wave. And then below the new wave, you have synth pop and elopop and German new wave, where your Kraftwerk is. What do they got in synth pop? Heaven 17. Okay, Sonic Crisis. Spandau Ballet. That is a very specific era of synth pop. New Order. Ooh, whoa. Not today. New wave, definitely. Yeah, Police. Good stuff here, too. A lot of Nurse with Wound. Adam Ant. Yeah, man. Times Square soundtrack. Great soundtrack. Let's look at some other genres they have down here on this back wall. How about my favorite in yours, progressive rock? I'm sorry, it's my favorite. Yes. The Nice. Cool. Some weird German stuff. I have no idea what that is. Renaissance on vinyl. You don't see that very often. So yeah, good stuff there. Some more Mercy beat and British beat. Garage punk. Kind of a mirror of the CD genres you saw earlier. No matter what you like, they probably have a card for it. They definitely have one for the Ventures because the Ventures were flipping huge in Japan. You have no idea. There were like Japanese-only Ventures albums. It's a little crazy. So hey, if you like the Ventures, go to Japan. Good but small selection of electronic music, house, techno, dance stuff. Not much drum and bass. That's a Japan thing, not a Coconuts Disc thing. Drum and bass, just not that big here. I'm not going to go through and look at these all white labels. You won't see anything. I'll take my Cars record and I'll go over here to look at some more other niche genres. You got your soundtracks, you got your country and bluegrass, world music, Latin, Brazil, calypso. Again, they do a very good job of separating these genres so you know exactly what you're looking for. How about some strange music? Let's see what's strange. That's not that strange. A stereo test record. That's a little strange. Surfing in Fiji. Okay, yeah, that's strange. You got me strange, Sexton. It's strange. A baseball record. This wrestling record that I see in every Japanese store, but not this sing-along of JFK record. Yeah, okay. This is a strange section. Then children's, the Mickey Mouse disco album, this scary looking kid, this kid. Okay, that is Nika Costa. This is her first album. I don't know why I know that, but that's a weird find. Put that back and do some more digging. Got 60s soul, R&B stuff, some soul jazz and organ jazz. Again, very, 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 very well-defined genres here. If you're looking for something incredibly specific. Curtis Mayfield, Diana Ross, Earth, Wind & Fire, Stevie Wonder, all the classics. Some rare groove. Rare groove is a phrase I see here very often. To be honest, I don't know a lot of this music. I mean, it's rare. But I think this is, kind of for DJs. The motion picture soundtrack to Tongue. I almost bought that just to have the soundtrack to Tongue because I like saying I have the soundtrack to Tongue, but I put it back. Maybe some other time. Anyway, good selection of some more left field stuff there. And then disco, of course. Disco never died in Japan, so you can always find some good stuff. That's a good soundtrack. Hey, Rick James, Temptations. Some White Labels. That's enough. That's a cover. That's a cover. The Silvers, yeah, why not? Yeah, good disco here. And then on the other side, the disco continues with 80s soul, so some good stuff there. And then I think 80s disco and some UK soul, acid jazz. I'm gonna be real. I feel like this is what the quote-unquote black music section should be in the CDs. Very well defined, very well separated. Like, they have the rap down to the era, so you know what you're looking for. So I hope they do this with their CDs soon, because as much as I love this store, that's kind of embarrassing. What's not embarrassing is their fantastic selection of singles. Very well organized, like everything here, going all the way down to the floor. But I'm going to be honest, I'm not going to look at any floor singles because my hip would just, die. Japanese on one side and Western music on the other, as is the case in most of these places. Some obscure stuff here. This is the grunge section. I had never heard of any of these bands, so some deep cuts, although I think there is a good one here. Yeah, Jesus Lizard, almost grabbed that. Let's go look at 80s. I bet I know 80s. Yeah, Bowie. Okay, yeah, sure. Yeah, Police again. Yeah, there you go. More. Ooh, the Hooters. I still got the Hooters one, man. Oh well, maybe next time. So yeah, good stuff there. Indie pop after 90s. Again, very, very, very indie. Again, all kinds of stuff. This store can be a little hard to find. Look at that green wall there. That's a good landmark. You're going to walk down this street from Kichijoji Station, and when you get to that street down there with the green wall, you take the left, and then you will see Coconut's Disc, and then this big sign on your left. Once you get on this street, it's pretty hard to miss. But again, I absolutely love this store. It's one of my favorite stores in Japan. All kinds of stuff. I can spend hours here, and I hope you can too. But that'll do it for another episode of my record store guide. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click those like and subscribe buttons. You know the drill. And you can follow me on Twitter at Lost Turntable. Thanks again for watching, and I'll be back next week with another episode. Take care.